Greetings, everyone. I thought I'd do a review on one of the YouTube channels that I watch. And I thought of doing this review because they're in the business of reviewing other folks in terms of um, those in the dancehall fraternity. I'm speaking about JA Radio, and hopefully you're able to accept my critique without seeing it as an attack. You J Radio, which is comprises of Wiz and Shaq, husband and wife team, very strong presence on social media, very strong presence on YouTube, and if truth be told, the best TV-like presentation on YouTube. So you guys have a lot to be proud of. And as anything else, there's always room for growth. And as your business is about critiquing other folks, especially in the dancehall fraternity, hopefully you can accept this critique. And I'm picking my words carefully because I don't want it to seem like some personal attack. Okay? It is a critique. And no one is perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm sure there's a lot of things that I do and say that folks don't like. But I'm going to call you guys out because you have a very big platform. Folks listen to you, and you have the power to influence persons in a very positive way. And I think you're doing that with your show for the most part. But there's a little part that I'm a bit confused about, Shaq. Your husband doesn't seem very religious, but you, Shaq, is a Christian. And sometimes you go hard in defending your faith or defending the things that you believe in. And that is wonderful. Truth be told, there are some individuals who would be a bit confused because as a Christian, they wouldn't be so tied to dancehall. But I'm not really someone who's so narrow-minded where I think that if you are religious, you can't love music. But there are individuals who would be a bit confused. But that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm here to call you out, Shaq and Wiz. And I'm doing so because I watched your show last night. And I've watched your shows many, many times. You have folks who say, I don't watch this person or that person when they're preing your show. They're watching you. I watch you guys. And sometimes when, a topic comes out, I'm curious to see you guys go live to discuss it. And a lot of time the discussion, is very interesting. But you guys have to be very mindful of how you go about talking about certain topics, or not just you talking about it, but entertain it. Sometimes I get the impression that, you try to get individuals to say the things that you're thinking or you also believe. And so you kind of give yourself away when a caller calls in and says some things and you giggle about it. That is your way of endorsing it. For example, that individual that called in last night and said that Alkaline took a taxi to go and he didn't have a lawyer. And you guys giggled and someone called you on it last night, Shaq. And you actually entertained the man's idea that the young man couldn't afford a good lawyer and that he had to take a taxi. I mean, Shaquille, you are supposed to be an intelligent person, both you and your partner. And sometimes I'm telling you, you don't see yourself how you come across as very biased. Now, I appreciate the fact that you are out here, keeping Vybz Kartel name alive, doing what you need to do to, trump up support for him and to make sure that he gets fair trial or whatever. But I also think that as Jamaicans, as African people, we have to be very careful what we're doing also, because even though you feel like there's injustice and many people feel there's injustice, they're currently considering this appeal, and you have to allow due process. You have to allow these individuals. You can't discredit the system that you're expecting to present a verdict in favor of your artist. I don't know what you think you're doing when you bring someone to speculate about this man gaining perhaps that decision in 2 weeks, because the court is going to be um, in recess for in the next 2 weeks, doesn't mean that they're coming back with a verdict. What you do, or what these individuals do when they come out and make these assumptions, is like they're trying to force the hand of the court, and the court is not going to be forced to make a decision until they're fully prepared. They still have their independence, and they still have their self-respect, and they still have autonomy over their own country and over their own justice system. And no one else from the outside is going to come in and, regardless of how highly positioned they are, to make a decision that is going to affect everybody, both Vybz Kartel and, the family of those who lost their loved one. So due process is necessary. And so there are people who are Vybz Kartel fans, that when they hear that, justice will be served in 2 weeks, so there are a lot of individuals that are very ignorant of the system. There's a lot of individuals, they love him, but they love him sometimes without reason. And so when you come out and you endorse this kind of thing, and speculate about it, it's an insult to the court. It really is an insult, whether you agree with me or not. So the verdict is going to come, and it's going to come when the court is ready, not when you or anybody pressure them into making a decision. And one of the things I have to say, as avid supporters of Vybz Kartel, I'm yet to hear you talk about his health. Even last night, like, the lady made it very clear that there was an issue with his health. His lawyer said that, and you guys don't talk about that. And it makes me wonder if you love him as much as you pretend or claim to. I wouldn't say pretend, but claim. You claim to love him a lot, but you're not listening that he's having health battles. That's something you could do a live on, to discuss with his fans, send him prayers, encouragement, and things like that. So that's how your platform could come in handy in terms of your Christian background. You could use that time to put up positive vibration. What I also want to say to you, Shakil and Wiz, Shakira, sorry, and Wiz, is that you have this unhealthy, I wouldn't say fixation, but it would seem that way, on Alkaline. And I'm wondering, last night when the lady called in to talk about her assumptions about what's going to happen with Vybz Kartel's situation with the appeal, all of a sudden your show became about Alkaline. And no wonder the guy doesn't like you guys, because you may not be aware of it, but your prejudice goes very far as this young man is concerned. You are very biased, and you entertain hatred towards the guy. And I'm not expecting that on your show, because again, you say you're a woman of faith. So a woman of faith must not cause division among people. You entertain that stuff. So guys, call in. How does the show become about Alkaline? A lot of your shows where vibes are you guys so threatened about this young boy? He's a young man, and he did what he needed to do to make it. And you can't sit there and discredit his hard work. You cannot do that, because when I listen to Alkaline music, hit after hit after hit, solid arguments in his songs. Very intelligent person, a very deep person. It doesn't take anything from Vybz Kartel, what he's done, and the position that he holds in dancehall, to say that Alkaline is a force to reckon with. So I'm not sure what you guys are doing except being very biased. Also, I remember watching your show time back, and there was some person who came out and tricked CMR, and it could happen to anybody. Somebody thinking they're getting an exclusive, and it's someone trying to mislead them or discredit them, or whatever the story is. And you guys are supposed to be friends of these individuals, and even if you're not friends anymore, you use your show that night. You took the opportunity to entertain folks, and there was a lot of hatred towards CMR, and you never stopped it. So you might think you're not inciting that, but you do things. You create a platform and you're giving individuals who are hateful opportunity to come and spit hate towards individuals. You might not be aware of it, and that's why I'm calling you out on this. I usually don't like to call people's name, but for someone of your stature, someone who's up and coming, whose platform really can go very far and do very well, it has that professional look to it. I'm saying that you need to be a little bit more professional in the way you conduct your show, and how you rein folks in who come on your show to discredit other people who are hardworking. Alkaline is a great contender and is holding his own in dancehall without anybody's help. And a lot of people hated this guy. A lot of people treated him terribly. So they called him the blind one because you all were dumb enough to feel that or believe that he actually put laser on his eye to tattoo his eye. It's not his fault. People were dumb to believe that that was real. So it shows that he's a genius. It shows that the guy knows how to command respect. And one thing I have to say about Alkaline is that he's the strongest one in dancehall because guess what? The amount of garbage that's spoken about him, and he's never answered anybody. He doesn't answer anybody. If he does in it, he does in his music. He doesn't pay no mind to none of you, no matter how much hatred you show him. No matter how you go out there and try to discredit him, he just has the formula and he just keeps working on it. I don't think the youth is interested in coming out with 100 songs every week to entertain people whose mind is so slow that you need to be entertained. Slow learners. All you as a teacher, you always have to come up with strategies to entertain them. And I think that's what would happen if he's always putting music out there for your entertainment. He's an artist just like anybody else. He's right in the same fraternity. He's no less than Vybz Kartel. When Vybz Kartel first started, folks didn't like him. He's behind bars because people don't like him. But that doesn't mean that he should stay there. And in the same way, Alkaline has hold his own in dancehall and is very credible, a very credible dancehall artist. He's doing his thing. He's not out here just trying to gain attention from people. And he's making his money moves, and is doing very well. And the thing that is happening with a lot of persons towards him is just hatred. You're hating the youth for what? Why are you hating the youth? Why are you entertaining people, throwing venom? How does this woman call to say what could be possibly a great news for the next 2 weeks for Vybz Kartel? How does Alkaline get to be the brunt and the topic of your conversation? It's disgusting. Shock, it's terrible. You can be loyal to Vybz Kartel without being hateful towards Alkaline. It's not nice. It's not nice. And it's not nice coming from somebody who claimed to be religious. Okay, it's hypocritical. Now, if I speak my truth and you're angry and you hate me for it, so let it be. But it has to be said. I don't think we should use our show to entertain creating division between our own people. That is happening to us as a people already. We should not endorse that. You should not use your platform to tear down anybody. You should help to elevate those who you like. And if you don't like other people, then you don't use your platform to do that. You build with your audience, yes, but you don't have to build by tearing down somebody else. And I'm repeating, the Jamaican justice system does not need foreigners to come and tell them how to run it. They're going to run it the way they want to. And if you understand black people and you understand Jamaicans, all you're doing is making it worse for Vybz Kartel when you try to make it seem like you want to force their hands in making the decision. Black people don't take no chat from nobody these days. Black people do what they feel like doing, and we have autonomy in our own country to make decisions. And yes, I want to see a decision made on his case. I'm sure he wants to go home to his family if he's going to be freed. But at the end of the day, we're not going to ask folks from other places to come and force the hand of our justice system, because nobody can go there. Nobody can go to the United States of America and force anybody's hand. The decision is going to be made, and nobody's going to pressure them into making it. I'm concerned about Vybz Kartel's health. What the results is inevitable. It's only a matter of time before that result comes down. And I pray for his health and hope that he gets the help he needs, and that not to look so much to the pharmaceuticals for answers, but to turn to nature and the natural things around him to deal with his health problems. Alkaline is not Vybz Kartel's problem. Stop making it seem like Alkaline is his problem. It's not. And I'm sure that as a dancehall artist who's been in the fraternity for as long as Vybz Kartel have been, he understands what the fight is. He understands the struggles that dancehall artists go through. He's in jail, understanding the brunt of that right now. And I am absolutely sure the intelligent person that Vybz Kartel is would not want to be the only person dancehall. It's almost as if you guys want to eliminate Alkaline, that he doesn't deserve to be there. He deserved to be there. He's worked hard and he's good. That's why you guys hate him. You see him as a threat. Leave the youth alone and stop using your platform and encourage stupid people. People are not going anywhere. I mean, all these people calling in, some of them don't have jobs. Some of them have no opportunity. Some of them are hungry. Some of them not doing anything. Some of them are not supporting their children. Some of them are rapists. Some of them are doing things that this youth has chosen not to do. He's chosen to use music as his vehicle. The hatred thing has to stop. And you guys have to stop being the kind of person who encouraged that type of thing. You all did that to CMR. And I don't like to take sides with people, but you do it. You entertain that slackness on your show. You giggle, Shakira. You laugh when people say things that you should be renouncing. It's not nice. It's not very nice. That doesn't mean I'm not going to watch your show and that I don't think your show is good quality. Your show has a potential to do very good. You have good connections and all of that, but you don't have to tear down one person to build yourself either. That's all I'm saying. I wish all the best for Vybz Kartel. I am concerned about his health, as you would anyone who is, a decent human being. I wish him well. Hope his health improves and hopes he turns to natural remedy, because that's the only way to help him get better. And while you're busy trying to talk about Alkaline this and Alkaline that, understand the guy has a battle, and the battle he has is not just one in the justice system, is one in the medical system as well. And you guys are losing sight of that. This is not an attack. This is just a truth. And if you're someone who's intelligent, you can take what you can from this message and you can discard whatever doesn't apply to you. If you're innocent and I have misunderstood you, then you can just let that roll off your back like water. But at the end of the day, that is my perception, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, that your show tend to, divide people against each other. And the dancehall thing, you can support one artist. That doesn't mean you can make all this effort to discredit the other one. Alkaline is a force to reckon with. It doesn't take away from the position that Vybz Kartel has. And only an ignorant person would encourage individuals to call in and to keep on speaking on this youth. You guys are parents. He has a mother, he has a sister, he has people who love him. You need to stop it, because there are some ignorant people who would do harm to this guy for no reason. What has he done? What has he done except challenge Vybz Kartel? Can you hate him for that? No, you can't. And listen, if I choose to name hits after hits, solid music, where I am a person who could say, wow, this guy's talented. You're going to make that mad you? Are you going to deny the guy's talent? You can't. You can't deny it. And you can't encourage people to continue to hate upon somebody who stood up in dancehall without any assistance from anybody and made it. And he has a way to go. I'm sure, like Vybz Kartel could still come out here and make more moves and challenge himself. We have to support our people, man, and stop dividing them against each other. Stay blessed, everybody.